Hello, whoever just joined. Don't mind me while I set this up really quick. Trying to find the best spot for it. Don't mind me. Hello, 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 hello. Oh my gosh. So this is the first time that I've, hi JK. Hi Sheila. This is the first time that I have done this from this side of the camera. I've always had it front facing. And so I'm not really sure. Hold on just a second, everybody. Hi, Christine. Don't mind me, just setting up. We're going to learn how to do these correctly in time. I still can't get that light to not be so dang bright, but that's okay. Hello. Hi, everybody. Long time no see. Let's see. And I think that I have this. Oh my gosh, I got it up so easily. At least we're learning together, aren't we? The lighting situation is going to drive me nuts. I might turn this one off. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but can everybody hear me? Hi, Tilly. Hi, Shiny Nickel Blades. Sheila, I was wondering how things were going. Yes, I'm going to talk about how things were going. I'm going to update everybody on what has been going on. Thank you, Christine. I'm going out to eat later, and so I wanted to get ready before I came onto the live. To be honest, I have not wanted to be on camera recently, which is probably why you guys haven't seen me in over a month. But I have good news. And so I figured I would come on here and chit chat. Hi, Jody. Shiny Nickel Blades. Yes, I did cut my hair. I gave myself a little trim, and it feels a lot better. I also flat ironed it, which is why it looks better than normal. So hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me on this random Wednesday. Thank you, Shiny Nickel Blades. Shiny Nickel Blades, what's your name? How's the sound? Because you guys are even further away from me than you were last time. Everybody can hear me all right? Thank you. Yeah, so things have been pretty lame around here, I'm not gonna lie. So I figured I would come up here and just update you guys on everything that's been going on, because it hasn't been very much. But my mom is doing very good. I saw that Christine had already asked that. So this last week was her final week of chemotherapy. And so right now she's just healing. She has to heal for a little while before she can go back into the doctor and then get an update. So she'll have like more testing done to see how she's doing and how well she's healing up. But the doctor said last time that she was looking really good and she was doing really good. And if it was me, you know, I would have taken more time off work. But she went to work every single day. Like, she barely took any time off. And if she did come home early from work, she like still worked from home. I don't know how she did it. It's actually Shannon Nicole. Oh, okay, cool. Shiny Nickel is my nickname. Awesome. It's always nice to put in it like a name to the handle. Wow. So yeah, I'm sorry I haven't made many videos lately, like in over a month. This is the longest that I've gone without making a video since 2019. And so it's been weird. I haven't wanted to be on camera, and it's kind of hard when that is your job, but I also haven't had very many updates. I've been working on getting this basement video done, and I just have to do the voiceover for parts of it, and I know that it's not going to take me as much time as I like have it in my head. Like, this is going to be such an annoying task because I don't really like doing the voiceover parts of videos. But I feel like it's going to be one of those things, like I sit down and it's going to be done in like 10 minutes, and then I'm going to be like, oh my God, I wasted so much time waiting. Sheila, you're probably right. It probably does keep her mind off everything to like keep busy like that and just keep going to work. Aw, Sheila, we miss you too. Joey's doing good. So he's not down here right now. He's upstairs with the other dogs. But he lost one of his teeth in the front. So remember, if he had 2 teeth here, he only has 1 now. He's like a lopsided walrus. But other than that, he's doing really good. He is doing super good. I've been working on a lot of crafty projects. I'm trying to get my crafty business up and running, which has been taking up a lot of my time. Also, one of my mom's friends helped me with my e-bike, and so I'll be able to shoot that video soon, but it just needs to be nice enough out. It's been kind of crappy weather. It is the dead of winter, so totally understandable. But when I got the bike 2 months ago, it was still nice out. And so it's been just hard to get things done recently. I feel like I've been very overwhelmed with everything, not just in my personal life, but also just in the world in general is just freaking nuts right now, and it is terrifying. And so I've just been very overwhelmed. I have not wanted to be on camera. And so, yeah, here we are. A month later, I did not put out any videos for the month of January, and I'm so sorry about that. My last video was when we went live on New Year's Eve. So that just shows like how long it has been. Hi, James. Nice to see you. Jay Noom. Nice to see you too. Thank you very much. Yeah, Sheila, it's been rough, but I'm feeling better, and especially because my mom's doing really well and she's done with all of her chemo radiation. Because it was hard, you know, it was hard seeing her, and she's doing really well, and she's gonna heal up really good. And the doctor told her it'll probably take like a month or more to get her energy back, but she's doing really good. I mean, she's at work right now, working hard every single day like she does. She is definitely an inspiration. And on her last day, I did get her some flowers and some chocolates, and we were all excited because it was rough. It was 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. And so she had to leave here at like 7:15 a.m. every single day, Monday through Friday. So crazy. Ramona, glad to see you're okay and your mom is doing well. Keep doing what is best for you and your family. Love your videos. Thank you. Yeah, she's doing great. And so I'm doing good too. I just feel like I have not been as productive as I need to be. Like I said, I've been working on my crafting project and trying to get that up and running. I am stumped on what I want to call it. I have made like multiple different Gmail accounts with different like shop names that I've come up with, making sure that they're available on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, which is seriously one of the hardest parts that I'm coming across is trying to figure out what I want to call it. And so I've narrowed it down to a couple different choices, and both are available on all social media platforms. And so I'm probably going to choose one of those, and then we'll be able to start posting and then getting it up on Etsy and getting that going. But really, before I get back onto the road, I want to make sure that I have a secondary income rather than just YouTube. I don't know, the TikTok thing, how they were like so easily just able to take it away. Like, I just want to make sure that I have kind of a backup plan set forth going forward. And especially because coming here was very unexpected. I did have to spend a lot of money that I didn't want to. And then kind of making this kind of a place that I would be cozy staying at for a while also cost me a lot of money. And so I need to definitely put more money in the bank before I get back on the road. And so that's what I've been focused on lately. Hi, James. Prayers to your mom. Thank you so much. Hi, Deb. How's it going? It's going good. It's going good. Hi, Jane. So yeah, what is up with all of you guys lately? I'm surprised 56 of you are here because this was so like not planned at all. I didn't let anybody know. I didn't even let my Patreon people know, and I'm very sorry about that. It was just a random decision after I'd gotten ready for later tonight because I am going to go out. And so I just wanted to make sure I was ready before I did that. And then I was like, maybe I should go live and talk to my peeps because it's been so long. And I'm so sorry about that. Also, let me see if I can. Is that working? Oh, I don't know what to do about the lighting. I've tried a couple different ways. Typically when you're on my regular camera and not on YouTube live camera, you can change the lighting settings, but it's not letting me do that. I'm outside playing ball with 3 crazy dogs. It's beautiful in Florida. I bet, Sheila. What's the temperature there right now? I think right now we had like a little warm front come in, and I think it's like 30 something today, but it's gray. It's supposed to rain later. Hi, Heather. Thank you so much. Cold and sunny in Minnesota. I love Minnesota. I'm sad that last summer when I was doing my Michigan tour that I didn't get to do much of Minnesota because it was on the plans, but I just ran out of time and then crazy stuff happened, so. $78 in Florida right now? That sounds beautiful. Christine said it's 83 in Central Texas. That sounds hot for like this time of year. Is that like normal for where you're at? Elida? Is that how you say your name? I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. Glad to hear your mom is doing well. Missed your channel. Love the hair. How is Joey? Don't rush back on the road until you're absolutely ready. Family is important. From New Mexico. Yes, thank you so much. Joey's doing good. I don't know if you probably missed when I told you that he lost one of his front teeth. And so he only has one because he had like these 2 big teeth. All of his little bottom ones have already came out, and he did lose one of his big ones. So he looks silly as heck now, just like a one-sided walrus. It's so cute though. Have you ever seen a perfectly formed snowflake? Yeah, I mean, it has been a while because we surprisingly haven't gotten that much snow. We had like a couple days of snow, and it stuck for a day and then it melted the next day. It's just abnormal for this area. Hi, Nifty Traveler from Quartzsite. 71 degrees. I bet it's going to be beautiful. That sounds amazing. That just sounds so perfect right now. I'm definitely planning on being in the desert next winter. I cannot stand the cold. I just can't stand it. Because I feel like I'm just trapped indoors. And then I'm like watching all of my friends out in the desert and it's like beautiful and sunny and warm and just like gorgeous sunsets. And I'm like, ugh, I'm just stuck here in gray, cold, rainy, snowy weather. Jane asked, why did Joey lose teeth? Did they fall out or the vet had to pull? So, he's had bad teeth his entire puppyhood. And every time that he goes into the vet and to get teeth work done, he's had like a few removed. And so the last time that I went to the vet, he had most of the bottom ones removed and then a couple from the back. And so he was left in the front with just these two front ones. And I don't know what happened because he just came downstairs one day and he was missing a tooth. And I went upstairs and like looked around on the floor and I found it on the floor. And so I don't know if the dogs were like roughhousing or what happened. But yeah, one of his teeth fell out. And so it was really scary, but he seemed fine. There was no blood. I have no idea what happened. He doesn't seem to be in pain at all. Hi, Ree Terefta. He is such a good boy, and he is loving being here. I'll be sad when we leave again because I know he's going to miss his little besties, like his little bestie dog friends. It's been really freezing here in Quartzsite. That's crazy. Thank you, Virginia. She said, you're such a blessing to your mom. That is so cute. I think she's really enjoyed having me here. So yeah, that's what's up, guys. That's my news lately. Nothing very exciting. Unfortunately, we're just kind of hanging out. But oh wow, there's already 67 of you. I didn't think anybody was going to show up here. Because it's like such a random time on a Wednesday afternoon with no, I didn't tell anybody that I was going live. So thank you so much for everybody who's coming out and hanging out with me. Deb, my little sheepoo, who only had one tooth in the front and she just about lost it 3 days ago. She's still cute, but now she looks even cuter. Maggie is 10, going through horrific breath and missing teeth. Yeah, Joey, because he's always had an underbite that stuck out, we were told when he was a baby that he would have teeth problems. He also has a floating patella, so we knew he was going to have knee problems for a long time. So now he can't jump up really high onto things. Like he can't jump onto the couch. He couldn't jump into the van anymore, and it's kind of sad. And I was going to make him a little ramp for my van, but he won't even use, like, we've made ramps, stairs, and everything for the couches and the beds, and he will just like not use them. He'll just sit and bark until you pick him up. And maybe that's my fault from spoiling him too much. You need to travel in your car and create and upload or your resources will just dry up. Sounds intense. Unfortunately, I cannot do that right now. I cannot just get in my car and travel right this current moment, although I would love to. Also, I would love to get a bigger vehicle. Like, I love my minivan, but I was in it for 4 years. 4 years I was inside of a minivan, and it's just, I feel like getting smaller and smaller every single year. And so I would really love to be able to save up and maybe get a bigger van. Even if I have to finance something. So yeah, the goal is mythical nomad adventure. You missed the part in the beginning. I'm guessing that I was talking about wanting to work on a second income adventure right now. So that way when I do get back on the road, that I'm not just relying on YouTube. Especially with the whole TikTok ban, and it went down for 12 hours, and it just makes me realize like how fragile our social media platforms are and how easily they can be taken away from us. And so I really want to work on getting a more stable financial project going on. You almost had a bigger van. That must have been frustrating. Yes. I still think about it and get sad to this day, and it's been over 2 years. So yeah, if I hadn't bought that van, I would be in a much different financial position right now, because I spent a lot of money, like almost 15 grand just out the window. I love Joey so much. Maggie watches TV when he's going for walks and at the beach. Aww. I know, I feel bad because he hasn't had like many outdoor adventures. Like on days where it's nice, we can walk around the block and whatnot, but it's been cold and so much rain and just gloomy, gross weather. Oh no, I didn't realize it was that much. Yeah, shiny nickels. Oh my gosh, I spent so much. It's devastating. I can't think about it too much because now I'm in a position where I can't do anything. And my finances are in a much different place than they were, even with YouTube from back then. And so it is frustrating, but you know, it's okay. Hard to believe it's been that long since you bought the other van. I can't recall. Did you sell it? Yeah, Virginia, that van has been gone for a long time. We didn't make that much off of it. And it was a lemon. Like everything just kept breaking down. There's engine transmission problems. The entire brake line system needed to be redone. It needed all new tires. Something was draining the battery, and we replaced the battery twice, and it's still just something in the wiring is just draining the battery. And we had like an electric guy come and look at it, and it sat in a mechanic shop for a couple weeks, and they couldn't figure out what was draining it either. And so just like, what? Over it. And so yeah, I was just like putting thousands of dollars into repairs for something else to be needing repaired like right away. It was very depressing, and I ended up just being like, because my YouTube was doing so poorly at the time because I wasn't making videos, because all of my plans to like get things done were always interrupted by like needing a new repair or not being able to do what I wanted to do because of XYZ. And so, you know, our pups are happiest just to be with us no matter where you are. That's very true, Christine. It's very true. And once it gets nicer, we'll be able to go on adventures and go camping. There are a lot of campgrounds around here that I haven't been to. There are a lot of places to go hiking that I haven't been to outside of like, you know, a couple hour radius from here. And so we'll definitely be going on adventures and stuff. I also just got an e-bike. And if you weren't here in the beginning of my live, one of my family friends randomly came over and helped me put it together because I couldn't put it together. I tried so hard. It was like missing pieces. It was such a frustration, but he came and used his tools and got it put together for me. So now I have an e-bike to go on adventures with. I'm gonna have to think about that too when going with the bigger van because I want to be able to bring that with. What do you do to keep mice out of the van? I don't ever recall you having mice in your van. No, I've never had a mouse in my van. And I don't know why I got lucky in that way because I've had mice underneath my van and rodents crawling on top of my van, but never inside. And I did not keep like all of my food sealed real well. And if you guys remember in my van, I have like just an open shelf that I had all my food in. And so I don't know, because I kept my door open pretty much all day long. And they could have had they had ample opportunity to just jump into the van and they never did. I got really lucky. Is the sound good from here? Because I feel like you're far away. And maybe I have to invest in some microphones. Thank you, Christine, for letting me know, because I was worried. Your studio looks really nice. Thank you. I'm still not the biggest fan of the YouTube live camera on my phone. I've tried front facing and the back camera, and the lighting situation is just very annoying because it won't let me control any of the settings. Awesome, Christine. That's what I like to hear. Coastal Oregon, 44 degrees. G Mama, where are you at? On Coastal Oregon. Sharon, I'm so sorry. I don't know why that is happening, or why it makes a difference, whether it's from your phone or your TV. I'm not really sure why that is. Also, I've had people tell me that sometimes my YouTube videos themselves, after they're edited and everything and put onto the computer, some people will say that it sounds different depending on what device they're listening to. And so I'm not really sure why that happens or why it's different and different things. So thanks, Jan. I really appreciate that. One thing I really like about being in a house is, one, I get to shower all the time, whenever I want, which is great because when you're in living in a van, it is not a luxury that I get to have as often, which means I get to get ready more. And also, when I was living in my van, I would never use heat tools for hot tools for my hair. So no curling irons or flat irons or my blow dryer, because I didn't want to waste the battery to use it. And so it's been nice because I've been able to just take a shower and get ready. I have a little vanity section now. I do not have a mirror. My mirror is this big, and so I do want to get a mirror. Preferably a full length mirror so I can see what I'm wearing, because really I just have the mirror in my bathroom, which is just a normal medicine cabinet bathroom mirror, so it's only from this up, and I don't have any mirrors to have a full body look to see if I look crazy in what I'm wearing. I just never know. I just assume I look amazing, and that way I don't worry about it. Thank you so much, Deb. Sharon, I would love to show you Joey. He's upstairs. Hold on. Joey! Come here, bud. We'll see if he comes down here. He's hanging out with the other doggos upstairs. But I'll tell him, I told him to come down. And hopefully he can come see you guys. Sounds like you're becoming very domesticated, LOL. Yeah. Yeah, I even before I moved into my van when I was living in Oregon, I did not flat iron my hair. It was not worth it because it was always like wet and just kind of rainy and misty outside, and so I did not see I didn't see a purpose in doing it if it was just going to get all messed up the minute I went outside. Steve said there's a $5 to $10 full-length mirror at Walmart. Awesome. I'll definitely have to get one of those. Christine, when boondocking, you must become one with bird bath. Wet wipes are your friend. Yes, I had so many different kinds of wipes. I had like face wipes, body wipes, disinfectant wipes, like hand wipes. I had all sorts of different kinds of wipes. Window wipes. I just basically lived. I just lived with wipes. But it is nice to have like real hot running water whenever you want. Oh, it is definitely one of the things I miss when I'm living on the road is just miss being able to shower whenever I want. And so I definitely know that when I go into a new vehicle, I definitely want to have one that has a shower in it. So either like a Class B or a smaller Class CRV. Like Sarah and Aaron have a 24-foot, and for me, for one person and driving by myself, don't see myself being able to drive something that big, but they don't really make a lot much smaller than that until it gets to like Class B, and then you're looking at paying like so much money for this van that's probably amazing, but when it's like $100,000 to $200,000 now for a new Class B RV, it's just so ridiculous. Coos Bay. Gee, Mama, I love the Oregon coast so much. And I was kind of hoping that I would get out to Oregon this summer, just because it's easier to do all the updates that I have to do. Like I'm going to have to get a new sticker for my van. So I was hoping that I would be out there, but you can do it online. So I'm not too worried about not being able to get out there, but I would love to be in Oregon this summer. We'll see. We'll see what happens. New here. Do you plan on traveling again in the future, near or far? Yes. Yes. It might seem like I am domesticated right now, just like Jan said, stay a wild moonchild. I am definitely not one to be domesticated. I am a feral animal. And so really right now is just a time for me to, one, be with my mom and help her as much as I can with like things around the house while she heals up and went through this crazy cancer thing. And so now I'm working on some other projects so I can have more income coming in before I get back on the road. But yeah, eventually I will be back on the road. And hopefully in a new van. Hopefully. We'll see. Obviously that costs a lot of money. But I did have, okay, so I was standing outside with my friend Dave, and this random dude drives up and asks me if he could buy my minivan. And my immediate reaction was no. Like, that's my daily driver, and that's what I use to get around. But I'm like, I probably could sell it when I'm ready to get something new, right? And that way it would help me get something new. But I don't think that that guy knew that all of the seats were taken out of it, including the passenger seat, like the front passenger seat. I don't think he knew that. I think he just saw my minivan parked on the side of the road and asked me if it was for sale. But I immediately was like, no, I'm sorry. Thank you. When you were around Michigan Great Lakes, did you find any Uber rocks? No, I did not find any Uber light. You do need a UV light in order to find them, and I never took the time to do that. Jan said, we all have to have that time to rest and reset and take a breath and recharge. It's like hibernating, but then when you're ready to bust out, you will. Thank you, Jan. Yes, that is what I'm hoping. I will bust out soon enough. Hi, Jolene. Hi, Marilyn. Marilyn? Marilyn? Marie-line. Sorry. Having faith your mom heals quickly. Hope to see you on the road. Love your videos. Thank you so much. Enjoy life sweets. Yeah, she is doing so good. Better than I'm such a baby that I would need time to like sleep every day. And like I can tell she's tired, you know? And like I just want to tell her like it's okay to take rest. Take some time off. But, you know, we live in a hustle culture, so it's hard. Hi, Jonathan. So what's new with all of you guys? Life has been just happening, and I feel like I'm just like in the passenger seat just watching my life go by right now, which has been pretty hard. But 88 of us now. Oh my gosh. Hi everybody. Honestly, I didn't think anybody would show up. I think I told you guys this earlier, but I was gonna go live on Sunday. That was like my plan, because I pretty much took all of January off of making videos. Even though I did try, I just kept getting like pushed back because of like certain things, like with my basement video, I had like a couple more items that I needed to wait to buy, and then my e-bike I could not get together for the life of me, and so there was just a lot of delays in the videos that I was going to make for you guys. And then I was going to make kind of like informational videos about traveling in a vehicle, and it just felt weird to do that when I'm not in it. And so I'm thinking of like, if I am going to do those videos, I'm just going to be like sitting in my van, and I don't know, it just feels weird because I'm not on the road. Have you considered doing gigs like DoorDash or Amazon Flex? Not in my van. I would not want to do something that would put that much wear and tear on my only vehicle that I rely on. Especially if I want to get back on the road and I can't afford a new vehicle, I don't want to put that much wear and tear into it. My van has like 185,000 miles on it now. And so I'm like just babying it to like try to make it last as long as it can. Happy birthday, Marilyn. Thank you, Suki. She said you look good and rested. Thank you. I feel like it. Next time you're in Minnesota, you have to check the Bernard Lakes area. We have a cabin on the lake in that area. So beautiful. My grandpa called it God's country. So we used to go up to Minnesota every summer, and we would stay near the town. It's like Bacchus, and it's like Yak something lake. But it was a tiny little lake, and my parents' friends had a cabin on it, and we were pretty much, every time we were there, the only people that were on the lake. And they had a boat, and we would go tubing, knee boarding. I was never able to water ski. I have tried so many times, but it takes a core muscle that I just don't have. But knee boarding and tubing, they had kayaks. They had one of those inflatable balls that you put on the water and walk in, and it is so hard to do those things. I don't know if you ever tried one, but it's very hard. But we haven't been there in years. And so I'd love to get back to Minnesota to see that area again, because I feel like you just like go 20 feet down the road and you bump into another lake in that area. It's so beautiful. Really enjoy watching your videos. Thank you. What are your plans for your birthday today? Can you believe it's already February? That's nuts. I feel like time just flew. Hi, Sarah. Oh, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. I miss you guys. I hope you're eating somewhere good. Oh my gosh, I miss them so much. And I miss being in the desert, but I feel like this is going to be good for me. This is going to be good to, like, I've been on the road for 4 years. Like, it's time for me to, I really want to get some land. I really want to have a home base that's, you know, not my mom's house. Which I love. I love being here and I love seeing her, but, you know, I do want to have my own little piece of dirt somewhere. And even though I've traveled all over the country, I still cannot decide where I would want to get it. Like, where I would really, really, really want to buy land is places that are so expensive. Joey is avoiding us. Joey! Come on, Joe. Come here, buddy. We'll see. I'll keep trying, but... Joey! Come here, buddy. I hear him coming. Christine, that is so sweet. Thank you. Come here, Joe. Come on. Hi, buddy. Oh, my best boy. Oh, you got sleep. Were you sleeping? He has like sleepy hair. I don't know if you guys can see. Show them your missing tooth, Joe. Thank you, buddy. I love butterflies. Yeah, Shannon, I want to buy land so bad. And then kind of build my own little fortress there. Hi, Janet. She is doing really well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Deb. He needs doggy dentures. It's so funny because when he actually had his teeth, he did look like he had dentures. Okay, stop licking me. You silliest goose. Can you show everybody your missing teeth? Do you guys see it down here? I drew a circle around the place where Utah, Arizona, Nevada, where I'd love to live outside of Bryce Canyon. Christine, that would be a very beautiful area to live. Okay, stop licking me. Everyone misses you, Jojo. Everyone says hi. Yeah, Joey's doing really good. He looks so funny. You can hardly see it. Huh. His little missing tooth right here. Okay. He's like, I'm done. Love you, buddy. So Joey got to say hi. It took some coercing to get him down here. Oh, Christine, it's obnoxious. He will lick, like, even the couch or the bed or wherever he's sitting. He will literally just lick whatever spot, and there will be, like, a wet spot. And so if I don't catch him in time, you'll, like, sit down, you'll just land in, like, a Joey lick spot, and it's wet and gross. Like, slobbery. Ugh. Steve asked, what kind of food does Joey like to eat? So he cannot have chicken or any poultry like byproduct meal. And so it has to be chickenless. So he really likes the Sports Authority lamb and rice one is one of his favorites. We must be yummy. Yeah, he is just a lickin' licker. I think he feels so different on his tongue without that tooth. Smooshy. Yeah, I bet it does. I bet he does have, like, it probably is so weird he has had that tooth there his entire life. Right when I had gotten him, he had those teeth and they stuck out all the time. And he had like an underbite, and like with his full little set of teeth down here, it was so cute. And now he just looks like an old man with just his one tooth, and like the other side's like all like it's so funny looking. But he doesn't seem to be bothered by it at all. It doesn't affect his ability to eat or anything. Yeah, it was just weird going upstairs and like finding the tooth. I mean, like, oh my god, you lost your tooth. I did not rearrange this much. These little things down here, I added these turtles, which I don't know if you can see, but they're little turtles. Yep. And I added some of my crystals that I had in storage that I finally found. So that's exciting. Yep. We have all sorts of crystals around here. I don't know if you guys can see, but I love my rocks. I started watching you when Tristan did a tour of your van. Who is that? I don't know who Tristan is, and if they did I don't know if anybody's done a tour of my van. I did get asked back in the day. It was like my first year ever going to Quartzsite. I think his name was Rob. It's Bob Wells's social media guy reached out to me and wanted me to do a van tour, and I said no because at the time I did not. I had not done my own tour of my van, and so I wanted to do mine first before someone else, and so I said no. And now I kind of wish that I would have done it just for the sake of being like, yeah, I did that, but that's okay. Howdy from Ironwood. We'll miss you this year. I hope you guys have so much fun. I had so much fun there last year. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, if anybody's out in the Tucson area, there is a meetup party going on in Ironwood. I don't know, Mark, if you want to put some information down for the Ironwood meeting. I don't remember exactly where it was at in Ironwood, but it was easy to get there as long as it didn't rain. I missed the first half. How are you doing? I'm doing really well, thank you. Thank you, Jody. It's on Facebook. Yeah, so I can't remember if it's like Ironwood Gathering or Ironwood Meetup or something like that. And apparently it's on Facebook and you can go look it up, but we had so much fun there last year. It's just a bunch of people who live in their vans getting together, listening to music, having fires. We had a really fun potluck. That was a lot of fun. I do miss like the camaraderie of living on the road. Because this is the time of year when everybody kind of got together. And so it is, I do miss it, but it's okay. Also, I can't stop fidgeting with my lip gloss. I can't believe we've been live for almost an hour already. I feel like I just got on here. Simple Truth from West Virginia. Hello. I have not still gotten to the East Coast of the US, so that's still on my to-do list, is to definitely go to the Northeast. Probably I would want to start there like summer-ish and then be able to stay there throughout the fall and see all the foliage, and then yeah, make my way down to, I just don't like hurricane season. I'm also not the biggest fan of Florida, but I'm sure some parts of it are beautiful. I've only been to Disney World, but I really haven't had like the desire to go to the Southeast. But I do miss your travels. Me too. Thank you, Tilly. It was great hanging out. Thank you, Jody. I miss everybody too. I do. And I miss, like, I don't know. I just haven't felt the motivation to record. And sometimes I'll sit down and like try to make a video and I just cannot get words to come out of my mouth correctly. I feel like anybody who has made social media content, specifically longer term videos of where you actually have to like speak, will understand because sometimes it is just so hard for me to get my words out of my mouth correctly. And I'll sit there and have to like repeat one sentence like 10 times because I just cannot get it to come out of my mouth right. And I feel like that's been happening to me every single time I sit down and try to record something. And so I figured it would be easier just going live. I used to live in Georgia. It's nice there in spring and fall. Awesome. I do have a friend who lives in Florida too. And so I do have somebody I could go visit if I decide to go down that route. Bye, Sheila. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I'll see you later. I'm sure most of us here completely understand, are more than willing to wait until you are ready. Thank you. Yeah, because I decided I was ready, and then I was going to go live last Sunday, and then I didn't. My anxiety was like, no, you're not doing that. And so I had to wait. I had to wait until today, I guess. Gong Circle. I love that name. Your hair is beautiful. You look like you have regular access to a shower. I do, and it's so great. Cold Midwest weather makes you want to hibernate? Yes, Steve. It is so hard to get the motivation to do a lot of things. Anything that I have to do outside takes me a long time just to like get motivated to do it. Also, this last fall when I was here, when I first got here, I raked all my leaves in the yard for my mom, and I forgot how much of a workout that is. And then you can still kind of see it on here. I had a super bad blister because I did not wear gloves when I was raking, and it was a wooden handle, and I just got this big old blister right here. And it had been, oh God, I don't even remember the last time that I raked leaves. Since I lived in this house probably, which was over 10 years ago. Which is crazy. Connecticut is one Army Corps of Engineers campground in West Thompson that is a 15 a night, no hookups, but great free showers, walking trails. That's awesome. If you come to Virginia, try the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's spectacular in mid-October. Okay. It was like 60 degrees the other day. Yeah, Steve, we had a weird, like, warm front come through. And it was, I think it did get up, like, the highest we got was like 52. And that's just bonkers because the week before that we had negative degrees. It was freezing. And then all of a sudden it's like 55 degrees and you're like, what is happening? Need to use gloves. Yeah, Steve, I did learn that lesson the hard way this time. And it's funny because I already had, like, I knew that you had to do that. But yeah, it's just been so long. And I was like, oh, it's fine because my mom's yard is not very big. And so I was like, oh, it'll be totally cool, totally easy breezy leaf blowing. No, I had to rake and it hurt. I had to like take a couple breaks because I was like sweating, even though it was like cold outside. Oh, the memories of not wearing gloves and raking leaves. Yeah. Yeah. Jody, it was ridiculous. I can't wait to share with you guys what I'm making. So this is just a little sneak preview, but I'm making these bracelets. And I want to do like a games shop. I don't know if you guys have ever gone to like crystal selling live feeds, like live streams that are people selling crystals. But I kind of want to do something like that, and do like mystery crystal bracelets, and do stuff like that, and crystal cabinets where you like pick a random cabinet and then you get whatever's in the drawer. Things like that. Okay, I'm like just throwing this out there because it's been on my mind lately, but that's what I'm working towards right now. Hey, Anthony. Say hi to Greg for me. I hope you guys have fun at Ironwood. Mark was just in here too. Ironwood was a lot of fun last year. So if any of you are traveling or on the road or near Tucson and want to have something fun to do, go check out Ironwood meetup, gathering. I can't remember what they like called it. All Mark said was that it was on Facebook, and so. Yeah, Steve, oh my gosh, I am a rock hound for sure. I mean, you can see them all over here. Like, I have so many just laying around. I have like some up here. They're just everywhere. And so I used to love going onto the like live streams, but I loved the like surprise things. I don't know how to say that. Like it was like games, like crystals with games. And so I'm trying to do something like that. And also I'm trying to find around here any wholesale gem shows. I know that Chicago will have a lot, but I'm betting that Aurora, which is closer to me, will have some too. Like good ones. They have grab bags you could buy for cheap and you were surprised at what you got. Yeah, Steve. See, I want to do stuff like that. I also want to work on my stickers and making different t-shirts and stuff, which I'll probably keep on My Basic Journey, the spring shop that I have for My Basic Journey. My problem is that I want to do way too many things that it's hard for me to sit down and focus on just one. And so the last few days I've just been making a bunch of bracelets. This one, so they come in a set. And they all have a different, like this one is Tiger's Eye and Quartz. And then they all have like different things on them. But that's what I'm working on recently. And it's felt good just to like kind of create things, because I feel like my creativity has kind of like come to a stall, and I've just been in such a creative funk lately, and it's hard for me to like want to make videos when all of my videos were about travel, and then all of a sudden I'm not traveling and I'm like, what do I make videos about? What do I do? And so I've just been making things. That's all I've been focusing on. Thank you, Jody. And one of these days when I have more made, because I want to have more inventory ready before I try to sell them. But then I'll give you guys a closer look too. And also I'm trying to figure out what name to do. And so with the 55 of you watching right now, I'm stuck between the two. My top two are Jewels of Wander, which Wander is like Wander instead of Wonder with an O. Jewels of Wander is one of them. And then the other one, I really liked Fae Gems, like Fae, like fairies. But unfortunately, Fae Gems was already taken. So I had to change it, and so now I have it as Enchanted Fey Gems. And so those are the two, Jewels of Wonder or Enchanted Fey Gems are the two names that I've tried so many. I've made like 12 different Gmail accounts in the last couple of weeks thinking of different names that I could name my new shop. So if you guys want to let me know if you like either of those, Enchanted Fey Gems. And I kind of like it because I could make it EFG on like a label, and I wouldn't have to write out Enchanted Fey Gems every time. And then Jewels of Wonder, I don't like that it's J-O-W, like Jow. I think that sounds weird. But EFG sounds good. I will, Jody. In fact, I was thinking, because eventually, once I decide on the name and whatnot, I'll do live streams with you guys of me making them. Because I will be doing like the mystery bracelets. I want to get like a giant like cauldron type deal and like pick one out and then show it to you guys. Wandering Fey Gems. That's cute. How about a video of the area where you are? So the last time that I was at my mom's house, I did a bunch of videos like that, and I also don't want to give out too much of a reveal of my location, just for safety reasons. Thank you guys. But yeah, those are my two, like, the top two names. I've come up with so many. I also went on to ChatGPT. I went on to ChatGPT and like asked them for like different ideas of like what to call it. There were so many. And so I just went through of like every single one that I thought was like halfway decent. I went and checked social media. I made the Gmail account. I made the YouTube account that goes with the Gmail. And then I made the Instagram account for them, just to make sure that they were not taken. Because that was the hardest part when I was coming up with my original YouTube name. It was so hard to figure out what to call it because everything that I liked was like already taken. Anything with my name that I liked was already taken. Like I wanted to do something along the line of like Chantel Travels, or, you know, Chantel Marie Goes Here, whatever. Anything with my name in it was pretty much already taken. Unless if you like added numbers or like dots and stuff, and I didn't want to do that. Fey Gem Dreams, that's cute. Yeah, I really liked Fey Gems, and I thought it would be really cute with just the two words, but it is already taken. So if somebody knows who owns Fey Gems, tell them to get a hold of me and let me have it. But Enchanted Fey Gems is still cute, and I can still call it Fey Gems. And also, like, Jewels of Wonder is cute too, but like I said, like the J-O-W, I just don't like it as much. It's weird that I think about these things, because like, yeah, just working on my jowl right now. But instead I could be like, I'm just working at EFG, which I think is cuter. But yeah. Thank you guys for all of you who have been hanging out with me on this random Wednesday. it's already 2. I have to leave around like 4 p.m. So, Joey Faye Gems, Jewels of Faye, Joff, JFG. Yeah, Joey probably is not going to be involved very much in my jewelry making. But I also didn't want to release it too early because I wanted to make sure that these are good quality, first of all. Because all of my beads, they're mostly all imported. So all of the glass beads came from a distributor in China, but they are all hand-painted glass beads. And then all of my seed beads, so the little ones that go on these bracelets, are all glass Czech, from the Czech Republic, glass seed beads. And then all of my natural stone beads came from different distributors around too. And I just wanted to make sure, like, to get the best quality of everything. So it took me a really long time to, like, afford everything, get everything together, start making product, and now I'm working on, like, the actual, like, business building part of it. And so there's a lot that goes into it before I can, like, release it to you guys. But Joey's Gems, that's cute. Yeah. I also wanted to do something like, I was thinking of starting a channel called The Hobby Hopper, because I love trying new hobbies, but I always like get super into a certain hobby and then do it for a few months and then I'm like trying something else. And so I was gonna start a channel called The Hobby Hoppers so that whenever I'm trying like a new hobby, I can just like make videos about it. But I'm gonna work on one thing at a time. I shouldn't have told you guys because somebody's gonna steal the Hobby Hopper. I should go get that right now. With my luck, it would already be taken. The Hobby Hopper. There are a bunch of different hobbies that I want to try. Like, I want to try like the resin, like, I don't know what it's called, just like resin stuff. You have to like mix it together and then you can like make stuff with it. That's what I want to do. That's like my next thing, but it's an expensive craft just to try, especially if I'm not going to like it. Chantel's Creations. Thank you, Jody. I've tried that one before. I think that was one of the ones that wasn't available. Like I said, pretty much anything with my name, unless if it had like numbers and periods or underscores in it, was taken. Molding. Hey, Salome. So yeah, Steve, you can pour the resin into a mold. That's typically what people do. You can, yeah. So they sell a whole bunch of different like silicone molds that you can pour the resin into. I really liked the trays. It looked really cute. And just like anything jewelry, and then you could put like crystals in it, which I thought was really adorable. I don't know though, because it's a lot of money for like something I've never tried or done before. And so that's one of those things that'll be like later on when I'm like just trying to find more fun things to do. You could hand mold them too. Probably no, Steve, you have to have like, you can pour it on top of something. Like you can pour resin over, a lot of people do their countertops. You could do like at the top of this desk if I wanted to. Alberta, Canada. Hi, Amber. I'm so sorry that we have somebody in office who's trying to cause trouble for your country. You guys are our neighbors, and I didn't vote for that. Sorry. Yeah, this, not even just personal life stuff that has got me overwhelmed, but the state of our world is definitely overwhelming me. Gotcha. Not sure of the substance. It's just hold on, I'll look it up. It's epoxy resin. That's what it's called. And it comes with 2 different types of stuff, and you have to mix them together, and then you pour it into something or on something. Yeah. Total anxiety with what's going on in the world, right? It's just every single hour it feels like, I don't know if anybody follows that Aaron guy who does the breaking news. I feel like it's like every 15 minutes there's like unprecedented news happening. The US is doing crazy shit again. Oh, Steve, I do, I have a lot of stuff for making clay pendants that I think there's probably like 20 or so left on my Etsy of the old ones that because back in the day, that was that was my favorite project to do. But then when I moved into the van, it was really hard to do because I didn't have an oven, so I couldn't make the clay pendants, but I love working with clay. Especially because I would like make them around crystals. I loved it. That's all over YouTube in the news. Yeah, Steve. I love Aaron. I feel bad for him though. I feel like he needs to go take a nap and like not have breaking news for like a whole day. Someone needs to make him some soup and give him a nap. He's got to be exhausted. Like, we're only a month into into 2025. And it is just absolutely bonkers out there right now. I'm feeling the same way. I have to stay away from the news because it's all too much. Yes, it is devastating, depressing, enraging. Like, ugh. And like today, with him coming on with like not an Yahoo or whatever that Israeli guy's name is, not in Yahoo. I don't know how to say it. And him saying that he's just gonna level out Gaza. Like, what? So, I'm terrified. I have hated every single minute since the 21st of January. Thank you, Jody. It's fun hanging out with you guys too. Exactly. Yep. It's terrifying. It's hard being a person with empathy right now in the current state of the world. Coffee and chatting. I know I almost made more coffee to like drink with you guys, but I'm afraid that if I drink coffee right now that I'll just be like bouncing off the walls and then I won't be able to sleep later. You are so right. Our world right now makes me feel like I need to crawl in a hole and not come out until 2029. It is so sad. Me too, Deb. Me too. But I'm not that far from Chicago, and I'm only like 10 minutes away from Aurora, where they're having protests in both places, and so I'll probably end up going there. The city is only a short train ride away, and so I was thinking that's what I would do, and I know that I'm gonna probably get a lot of hate about it on my channel, but I don't care. I really don't care. My friend said all she wants to do is be in the fetal position. So many of us are feeling like that. And it's so hard, right? Because I want to do something. I want to stop all of the horrible shit that's happening, but I just feel helpless. That's nice. Yeah, Deb. The area I live in has a very large Hispanic community. And so it's just, I don't know, it's just, I feel like immigrants are what make America great. And this whole thing of like, it's not even about just criminals anymore. It's definitely just racist. It's just about racism now. Because, before it was all like, we're going to get rid of all the criminals and blah, blah, blah. And now they're like just profiling, putting American citizens in ICE detentions. It's like, what the frick is going on? And you can't do anything but just sit here and watch it happen on the news. Like, what are we supposed to do? Hi, Alicia. It's so terrifying. And I just hate it all right now. Bye. It's funny because, you could be like, I'm on the side of humanity. I love humans no matter what their gender is, what their race is, where they're born. And people will be like, oh my God, you're such a liberal. It's like, since when did just liking humans and having empathy for other people, when did that become like leftist radicalism? It's so that's fine. It's cool. And you know what? For a long time, I have kept really quiet about politics on my channel. Because it's not really a political channel, right? But at the same time, I feel like just remaining quiet and not saying anything is like silence is complacency, and I am not okay what is happening. I am not okay with what's happening right now. And I feel like I just need to make that very loud and clear. So if you feel like that's being too political, or you don't agree with what I'm saying and you don't want to be here anymore, like, by all means, you can go ahead and leave, unfollow me, whatever. I don't care, because I love humans, all humans, even all the people who are, I think, just on the wrong side of history right now. I feel like we all need to come together and work together to, like, make a loving community for everybody, and not just white Christian nationalists, because that's what's happening in our country right now. So, everybody is welcome on this channel, okay? Everyone. And you can be a hater about that, and you can still be here, and you have your freedom of speech and all that, but just know that that's where I stand. So, but I didn't say anything about politics for a long time on my channel. And now I've gotten to the point where I don't care if people disagree with me about things that, you know, go to the greater good of humanity rather than just like one specific group of people. And that's the dividing factor in our country right now. It's beyond me. Hi, Dawn. My mom is doing really well, thank you. Sorry, kind of went on a little tangent there for a minute, but I just wanted to make that very clear. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Exactly. Hi, Linda. Oh, Christine, that's got to be like a weird transition. Can't believe it's already 2. But yeah, I'm sorry that some people were offended by me saying nice things about other humans. I can no longer actually feel sorry for it though, so that time has run out. "28 degrees. Hi, Kathy. I know, it's been a while, huh? It's been a long time since I've shown my face on the internet. But it was nice. It's the longest I've gone since 2019 without putting a video up on YouTube. So it was kind of nice just not having like everything in my life blasted on the internet, and just taking time to be with my mom, and you know, it was nice. 21 degrees. Hi, Eva. Thank you, Deb. Hi, Chantel. I just noticed that you're in your business attire. I'm in a poncho. I don't know how businessy that is, but thank you. Thank you. To go from 60 degrees to this. That's how I feel. See, it was warm. Okay, but the week before it got warm, it was in the negative degrees. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, my mom is doing well. She's She's such a trooper. It's cute, your poncho. Thank you. Yeah, it's like a faux suede. And I have like a velvet couch, and so when I sit in it, I get super staticky. You always look comfortable, and that's the most important thing. It is. I think back to the days when I was, you know, in my early 20s and I was wearing heels, and that was like early 2010s, right? 2010s time, and the heeled booties were like huge, and so I had all these super uncomfortable heeled booties that I would wear around. And now I'm like Docs or my Keens, flats. I don't even own a pair of heels anymore. I actually just bought my first pair of jeans in like over a decade, and I've only worn them once so far. But I was like pretty impressed to find a pair of jeans that I actually liked. We must learn to talk about politics and not be divided. Let's be open-minded and compassionate. While I do agree with the sentiment of that, I also don't think that it's just politics anymore. I think that there is a moral compass that is no longer pointing north, and that just by me saying that, you know, I believe that all people should be able to be whatever gender they want to be, all of a sudden makes me like a radicalist on one side, right? And that's not very open-minded and compassionate of the other side, which is just weird. Like, it's hard for me to understand how like being empathetic towards other humans and wanting to see other humans be able to live and love the way that they want to all of a sudden makes me like a crazy radicalist. '77. That is like the perfect temperature. And besides that one day of rain we had last year, it was like really good weather last year there too. Whoa. Sorry, I'm like learning things. Hi, Scott. You look really good. Changes? Not many. I did trim my hair. But besides that, I haven't really done any changes to myself. My hair is super grown out. Needs to be colored really badly. They'll get there eventually. This is my natural color. It's the most my natural color has shown in many years. Yes, Steve, I agree. I am so done with intolerance of other human beings. We are all the same. That's right. And when I was growing up, America was known as like the melting pot, right? We are a multicultural country. and understand why all of a sudden hearing another language besides your native one makes people like freak out. But like, people being bilingual is actually a really awesome skill, and I think more people should try. I've tried learning so many other languages, and it is hard. It is hard. So it makes me very angry when I see somebody making fun of somebody's accent when they're trying to speak a language that is not their native language. Just to like, okay, this person learned an entirely separate language from the one they're native to, and you're upset about it? Why? I don't get that part, but that's okay. All right, guys. It's already been an hour and a half. I took 3 years of French in high school and college. When I was in France, they were so appreciative that I knew how to speak some French. They were so kind. Je parle un français. That's the only sentence I know. I used Duolingo, and French was one of the ones that I tried to learn on Duolingo, and then I switched up. To Spanish, and so I'm trying to relearn Spanish again because I knew a lot of Spanish from when I was younger, obviously taking it in high school and whatnot, and like I said, the area that I live in has a high number of Hispanic people, and so there is a lot of places that require you to be bilingual in order to get a job there, and so I was trying to learn Spanish. I knew a lot more Spanish back in the day than I do now. Hi, Kai. Thank you, Kai. Yeah, I've only had one person say they were leaving because of my talk of politics, which is just, talking about human rights. I almost get really sad because, when I was younger, I didn't give a shit about politics. I didn't care who was in office. I didn't give a shit about any of it. And now I look back at like old debates of like former presidential debates, and I'm like, what happened? What happens? Never, ever have we had a presidential debate where one side was just talking shit about the other side the entire time. Donde es el baño, Christine? That's what I know. Yes, Kai, I agree. I believe that silence is complacency, and the reason why they're able to get a lot of the things done that they are right now is because we are staying silent. But I have a feeling that it's not, I don't know. I'm hoping that, both sides can come together and realize that all humans have a place in not only in this world, but in whatever country they want to be in. And I feel like the imaginary lines that we've drawn as borders of places and being like, I'm sorry, you can't come over my line, it's a huge issue. You're right, Steve, because they've been throwing so much at us at once that we're all overwhelmed. Yeah, Scott, it's hard to do much when nobody, especially like, I feel like the vast majority of humans right now can't miss days of work, right? I mean, I feel like so many of us are just like one paycheck away of like losing our house, you know, not being able to pay rent. And that's what they want, you know, they want to keep us stupid and poor. But yeah, I feel like, you know, I might not have talked about politics very much, but I feel like just from looking at me and like seeing my content, I thought it would be pretty obvious of like what side I was on, right? Yes, Kai. Um, I see the from the movie Ants or Bug's Life. I can't remember which one. I think it was a Bug's Life with the grasshoppers, and they have been playing that scene a lot lately where they're like, "Oh, it's just one ant," and so they let one kernel come out and hit him. He was like, "Oh, can you handle that ant?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's not nothing." And then they let them all go, and there's like all the seeds coming at him at once. It's like we outnumber them like 400,000 people to one. Dearest Dawn, the economy is awful and we have no choice but to always work. Right? Like the minimum wage was implemented so that that is the minimum baseline required to meet all of your needs to support your life. So, meaning you would be able to have somewhere to live and have a way to get to work and be able to afford food and be able to afford healthcare. That's what you were supposed to be able to afford with a minimum wage job. And now you can't. You're working like 5 or 6 jobs. We're going to see a lot more people on the street soon. I know it's terrifying and it's devastating. I met with a pregnant woman yesterday working at a pizza shop who said she makes too much for medical insurance from the state but not enough for private health insurance. Dawn, I went through the same thing in Oregon. So when I didn't have a job, I was able to qualify for state health insurance, and then I ended up getting pancreatitis from a gallstone that got stuck in my bile duct. And I was in the hospital for 16 days. And I did not have to pay a penny because I was on state health insurance. And honestly, it was like perfectly timed because I had applied for it like maybe 2 weeks before I went into the hospital. And so I got really lucky because that would have been something that would have bankrupted me to the point where I would probably be on the streets. Because it was like over like almost $200,000. And I didn't have to pay a penny of it. But yeah, the minute I got a new job after that, I did not qualify for state health insurance. And the ones that I was finding when I was like looking, the cheapest ones I found were like $500 or $600 a month. And I cannot afford that. I feel like most people, especially single people living on their own, I could not, on top of my rent and all of my bills and everything else, I could not afford like a $500 and $600 bill on top of everything just for myself to have health care. We got your vibe. Thank you, Kai. I appreciate that. Deb said, yes, I agree. I could tell what side you're on. You have compassion in your heart. You care about others, and that's a good thing. Thank you. I think it's really sad that you can say, like, I care about people who immigrated to this country, and people will automatically know what side you're on. It is so sad. Steve, an iced coffee sounds so good right now. But it's like 2:30. I feel like it'll make me jittery if I drink it this late. I think things are going to be brought to light that many will be very upset. Things will change, but will take some time. You're right, Scott. It'll take a lot of time. Yeah. Hopefully. What are you going to do for the rest of today? So I'm going out to eat later for dinner. Going to like this golf course restaurant. But apparently they have an Impossible Burger there, so that's my plans for the night. Also probably come back home after I'm finished eating dinner and then work on making some jewelry. You guys like my new clock? I don't think this was here last time I went live. This is a new edition. And you can change the color of it. And I don't remember. Oh, there's one. And you can, isn't that cool? Yeah. Very exciting. There's a prejudice towards single folks that people don't get. If a single person becomes unemployed, there isn't another household salary coming in to help. Yep. And it sucks, okay? Because I couldn't afford living on my own in an apartment. And I had the cheapest studio apartment that I could find in an area that was not very, like, expensive. It was depressing. I worked 2 jobs. One of them was full-time, and I still could not afford to live there. And so that really sucked. And so I had to go back to living with random people off of Craigslist, which also was like not the greatest. I got really lucky with a couple of my roommates that I found on there. But it's not great. It sucks. It's discouraging for somebody like me. You know, I feel like millennials are like one of the first generations to do worse off than our parents did. And you know, my parents were my age. They had already had, you know, a couple houses, you know, like we didn't own 2 houses, but they had bought and sold more than one house. And so I just feel like, I mean, they had normal jobs. You know, they weren't like working like super fancy jobs. They were able to afford to buy a house and have 2 cars, one for each of them, and pay for things like childcare. I think there's a lot that, you know, they're so worried about our numbers of babies right now. And it's like, who can afford to have a child? It's so hard. Like, I can't even afford to have a place to live. Like, how am I supposed to afford a whole nother human being to take care of? Like, have you guys seen how much one box of diapers costs right now? It's absolutely mental. Let's look it up. Box of diapers. Okay, so we have, this is just the first one that came up when I Googled box of diapers. These are Pampers Swaddlers for a size 2, and it's $45. It's $45. And it comes with 148. And so even if you go through like 3 a day, right? That's like, I don't even know how many diapers one baby would go through. I don't have children, so. But I can imagine like they would go through like at least 3 or 4 a day, right? At least. So let's go on the safe side and say 3. Like trying to math. But like that's only like a month. And that's just diapers. It doesn't even include anything else. Like, what the hell? It's good for families to share housing and build bonds. Yeah, rent and housing in general is outrageous. It's so nuts. Oh, and we gotta love the fact that, you know, you can try and buy a house and they would be like, no, we don't think you can afford this $900 mortgage, so you're gonna go have to rent something that's like $1,600 a month instead. Sorry. Government subsidized housing vouchers would be the solution. Dearest Dawn, I would agree with that. But I'm pretty sure they're like trying to end that right now. And then they wonder why some people aren't having kids. Exactly, Steve. How am I supposed to like want to try and have a child when I cannot even take care of myself? I fear where this is going and how it's going to end. Me too, Christine. It is terrifying. It's just depressing. Like it doesn't motivate people to want to go out there and work these shitty jobs for barely nothing to where they can't even afford to live. Yep. California has 2.4 million empty homes due to vacation rentals. It's why houses are expensive and rent is over $2,000 for 1 bedroom. And it's also all of these billionaires coming in and like buying up all the single family homes and then selling them for like way more than they're worth. We need to be reaching out and reforming community networks ASAP, sharing housing, food, whatever we have to do to help one another. Seriously. Totally agree. Okay, so I made this list on Amazon of like a bug-in list of all the stuff that I want to get in case, you know, martial law takes over and we're not allowed to leave the house and we don't have food or water or anything and no electricity and everybody's just fucked. But on it is like this bag and it comes with like 40,000 seeds of things so I could grow my own food. So it made me think of it. Because like the sharing housing and food situation, like we'd be so screwed because America does not grow our own food like that. Like you look at other countries and a lot of places like will have like a food garden in every lawn. In America, that's just not a norm. Bring back gardens. Mm. Future children are the workers and consumers they need, or the capitalism model fails. Yep. They did all this in Argentina a bit over a year ago, and if you want to see what's happening there, it's not pretty, y'all. I believe it. My niece pays $1,200 for one bedroom in Fridley, Minnesota. I don't even know where Fridley is. But it doesn't sound like it's a big town, right? And so these are like, this is like a smaller area where you're paying $1,200 for a one bedroom is insane. Gardening at your mom's house would be neat content. It would. But she has like in her garden area, she grows flowers and stuff. And so I don't think she would appreciate me ripping up her flower garden to like plant some peppers. Maybe she would let me have like a little section of it though, so I can try. I did work on a farm before. When I first moved to Oregon, I did WOOF, which is a work trade program. And I ended up working on the farm. It was like 6 weeks. And it was a very large scale farm. So I at least have the knowledge of it and like what to do to make it work. I also looked up an easy way to collect rainwater. And so I think the way that my mom's house is, it would be very easy to like set that up here. Like, oh my gosh, when all this stuff like first started going down, I was genuinely scared. Like, okay, I need to go buy more dry goods. I need to like stock up on a bunch of rice and beans. I need to buy a bunch of canned goods and just like make sure that we have stuff that if we were to like lose power for even a few days, it could be so detrimental for our entire country. I mean, people would die. And so I really have thought about like what I would need to like just last a little bit while we're here. And I'm so happy that I have like my Jackery with the solar panels. I have a stove that runs off of butane, and I have like 4 or 5 butane cans left. But I feel like I need to go stock up on a bunch of stuff. A suburb of Minneapolis. Yeah. Happy to see your smiling face, hun. Your mom is in my prayers. Sending love from Southwest Washington State. That's like the best area of Washington State. Southwest is like the Olympic Peninsula, right? I miss the Pacific Northwest so much. Gardening is a lot of work, and then you have to have food you grew yourself. I just don't think families have time to mess with gardens. They're just too busy. Gardening food takes a lot of time, I think. It does kind of take a lot of time, Steve, but I mean, you could get away with it if you, especially like a really tiny garden, you know, if you're just planting, like it would just be like for me and my mom. It wouldn't take that much time. Will you be traveling to the East Coast? Eventually, Scott, I would love to. People can grow a lot in a 5-gallon bucket from Lowe's. Just plant and water. Yes, Dawn. See, I'm so happy that I did that because of the knowledge that I gained from it. Just knowing, like, just the simple thing, just, I don't know how to explain it, but like being able to like start from a seed, make it sprout, put it into a transplanting thing, and then be able to like grow stuff. I learned so much from working on the farm. I might not be able to eloquently describe everything that I learned, but I would at least know the act of like how to do it. Bye, my true serenity. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm surprised that there are still 39 of you here after 2 hours. Are you planning to do a group travel? Probably not. Maybe when I go back to the desert next winter, I could do some sort of meetup because everybody kind of gathers that way anyways. But honestly, it's just so hard to plan anything right now because I feel like everything's so up in the air. I feel very overwhelmed by life in general that I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time. Hi, Spencer. Glad you could be here. Thank you so much. I am a little upset that I can't turn this light on without it completely blurring out. But it's pretty cute. I did, but I worked really hard on it. Thank you, Spencer. And one of these days, we're going to figure out the lighting situation. It's going to be great. But it still looks cute even if it's blurred out like this. And you can tell that it gets like brighter and lighter because it's not, it's fine. Hi, Cassie from British Columbia. It's our second Canadian in here today so far. And I feel the need to tell you as well that I'm so sorry that our government is being buttheads to you, our longest and best neighbors to the north. Like, that's no way to treat family. Is there a way to put tinted plexiglass over it? You know, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure how to fix that situation. I don't know. Spencer asks, is snow still on the ground there? And no, because like the last couple days, it was like almost 50 degrees. And so any snow that we had gotten has melted. What shows have y'all binging on? Shows am I binging on? We just watched, it was a newer one, like No Good Deed. That was okay. It was an alright one with Lisa Kudrow. I thought it was going to be funnier than it was because there are a lot of people in it, like comedians. And they had like some funny moments, but it was not that funny. It was pretty serious and pretty sad. So I was not expecting that. But I am one of those people who I just rewatch all of my favorite shows. And so we rewatched Bridgerton because I love that show. Also, I've been reading a lot. So Onyx Storm just came out like a week or two ago. And so I just read that. And now I'm on like the worst book hangover that I can't get back into reading my Throne of Glass series because Onyx Storm has taken over my mind. Hi, Beth. Yes, I'm still here. We're doing good. But if you guys have not read the Fourth Wing series, it is so good. Oh my gosh. I love it so much. My mom and I counted down the day until the Onyx Storm book came out, which came out, I think, the 21st or the 20th or something. And so that is what I've been doing. I've just been reading and crafting. Thanks, Beth. My basic journey is my recent binge watch. Thank you, Jody. It's hard for me to go back and watch old videos of mine, or just watch any videos of mine in general, because I feel like it's, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels very weird to watch myself on camera. It's hard enough being on camera, but to go back and re-watch it is so hard. So once I do my final watch through before I hit like upload, I'm done. I never watch it again. Thank you, Spencer. Hi, Lori. Thank you so much, and Joey's doing well. He was on here for a little bit earlier, but he was like not really having it, and he's upstairs hanging out with the other doggos. That's okay, Beth. She's doing really well. Last week was her final week of chemo, and so now the doctor told her it would take a little while for her to heal up and get her normal energy back. And then once she heals a bit more, she can go back and they will run some tests and make sure that everything's looking good and that nothing is coming back. And then we'll pretty much be in the clear. And she'll probably just have to go, I think she said every 3 months. For a few years, she'll have to go and get regular checkups to make sure that nothing is coming back. But the doctor said that she was doing really good. Hi, Crafty Ursa from South Australia. I bet it's super hot where you're at right now. Because we're in the dead of winter, so you guys are in the dead of summer. Hopefully the bushfires are not too bad this year. Thank you, Steve. You're so sweet. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to be here. I would have regretted it, I think, if I didn't come, so. But yeah, it's been really good to like just spend time with her and just hang out with her. Because over the last like 9 years, there hasn't been much of that. So it's been really nice. And also getting to see my grandma, who is 85 now. It's been really good to see her too. Also, this whole thing has made me realize like how fragile our lives are. Right, like my dad was only 53 when he passed, and my mom is only 55. So I'm just like, okay, so I have like 20 years. That's great. When is your birthday, month and day? My birthday is May 22nd. Does your mom have a dream vacation you can both go on together? So Banff in Canada is both on the top of our list. So I feel like if we were going to go on a vacation somewhere, it would be that. But I do need to get my passport first. I don't even know if she has her passport. That might be something we would both have to get before we can go do that. But I would love to, because the North Cascades National Park is very similar to Banff. In fact, it's connected to Banff in that region. So you still have like the turquoise blue waters and the glaciers. It's gorgeous. So I would definitely want to go back up. Maybe I'll take her to, hypothetically, if we go on a vacation together, I would love to take her to the Pacific Northwest again. Ursa. Yes. I know, I've been trying to get my mom to take more time off and let herself like rest more. She is such a hard worker. Yeah, Steve, so I've actually went and picked up the paperwork needed to get a passport a couple times, and then just never did it. And like I would fill it out, the sheets or whatever, and then you have to like go get your picture taken, and it has to like be so specific, and then I never did that. And then by the time that I was like, oh, okay, I should go do this, I like couldn't find the paperwork, and then so I went and got another one, and then I lost it again. But yes, one of these days I will get my passport. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I have this video done by Sunday. They did the photos at the post office too. Okay. Because I know you can just go to like a Walgreens and whatnot, and then all you have to do is like turn it in at the post office. And at the post office, I feel like you had to make an appointment with them or something, right? I think. Hi, Lori. Glad you can make it. Hi, Lizzie and Louie from Scotland. Thank you so much. So they were saying that it was like ending birthright citizenship or whatever, and my family came over here like less than 100 years ago, right? And I'm like, are you guys gonna send me back to Scotland? I'm like 30% Scottish. So, I mean, put me on the first plane over. I'm good. I love it. Maybe not right now. It's probably cold and rainy and gross there right now. Bye, Jody. It was really good to see you. Yeah, Lizzie. When I took that test, because it was the Ancestry test, and found out that I'm super Scottish, because I had no idea what my mom's side of the family is. Since she was adopted, she doesn't really know anything about her side. And so we found out that she is Scottish AF, because my dad is English on his dad's side, and his mom's side is Ukrainian. And so my top three are Scottish, English, and Ukrainian. Yep. And because they were from Ukraine, I grew up eating a lot of Polish food. My grandma made a bunch of Polish cookies, and so like klaszkis and stuff. We ate a lot of cabbage rolls. I have to go. Take care. Bye, Beth. Thank you so much for hanging out. Yes, I am at my mom's house right now. Yes. Oh my gosh, homemade pierogies are the best. Joey! Hi, baby! Joey came to visit. Oh, that's my best boy. Come here. Ready? Say hi to everybody, Joe. Thank you, Lizzie. It is. It is very important. You're having a snow day today. I'm so happy it hasn't snowed that much here. He's a good boy. Can you say hi to everybody? Say hi. Say hi. Here you go, Bub Bub. Joey says hi back to everybody. He just told me. Texas. I'm from Peoria. Lori, I am not that far from Peoria. I'm like an hour and a half away from Peoria. We used to go to Chillicothe every every summer. I would go there for summer camp music festival, which is really close to Peoria. Oh, Laura, you are on the Olympic Peninsula. That's awesome. That's my favorite place in the entire state of Washington. I almost want to say, like, in the entire United States, the Olympic Peninsula in Washington has been my favorite. Like, that whole area, like, all the way up to Forks is just beautiful. And then, like, going along the strait up to Cape Flattery, I think it was called. Gorgeous. It's, like, my favorite. And then the whole rainforest. Like, what? It blew my mind going there. Steve, my van is in good working, like it works fine. You can just tell it's it's a 2001. It has 185,000 miles on it. It's just old, and you can feel it being old, and which is fine. But yep, you passed by our place on, I think, when you were last. That's so cool, Lori. I can't wait to go back there. And honestly, if my dad hadn't passed away and then I didn't drive to the Midwest, I probably would have gone to the Pacific Northwest again instead. Because I miss it. I miss it so much. So yeah, Steve, to answer your question, my van is working just fine. I am a little worried about it because it is getting older, but it is doing fine. It's her XOXO. How are you going back on the road anytime soon? It's hard to know exactly when, but I will eventually. I love traveling full time, and so I mean that's the ultimate goal, is to get back on the road right now. I don't know when. It probably, at least not until it gets warmer. And Lori said, I love Chilla Coffee. I honestly don't know anything besides the Three Sisters Park. I have not been anywhere in Chillicothe besides Three Sisters Park and the gas station that's right outside of it. And that is the only two places I've been. Oh, Lori, that's so awesome. Definitely have to keep you in mind when I go back up there. Oh, thank you. Me and Joey miss you guys too. I wish we could help you get a new van. Thank you, Dawn. That's really sweet. Thank you, Crafty Ursa. I hope Australia is nice today. I hope it's not too hot. I know. Dawn, I have dreams of me winning the lottery and being able to like pay off my mom's house, buy a van, get a nice place to live. It's going to be, you know, once I win the lottery, it'll be great. And it's sad that I have to have a dream of winning an exorbitant amount of money in order for me to envision having like my own place. It just feels like a very like far away dream. Oh, all right, you guys. I have been on here for just over 2 hours. So I think that I'm going to head out. But thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I'm so sorry that I have not put up regular videos this last month. I am trying to be better at it. But if you're here earlier in the video, I've just not really felt like being on video, and every single time that I've tried to record myself, like I just cannot get my words out, and then I get really frustrated, and then I'm just turning the camera off and like not doing it because I just have such a hard time right now. When will you return? I will be back soon, and maybe, you know, I can do more live streams to kind of make up for the fact that I don't have videos. But hopefully I will have the basement one done by Sunday. I just have to really just finish my voiceover, and so we're going to work on that. But hopefully by Sunday, and if not, we'll do another live soon. I won't make you guys wait another month before I go live or put a video up. Because I can't afford it, to be honest. But thank you guys so much for hanging out and coming and spending time with me. I've been on for 2 hours, and I know some of you have been here the whole time, so I can't even tell you how much I appreciate that and how much I just love you guys so much. So thank you, and I will definitely see you guys soon. Bye!